How a toxic job can make you question your spirituality. This is for Black women in toxic jobs. I wanted to talk about this. I was reflecting on this today and thinking about my journey as a toxic job survivor and thinking about, particularly, I've been getting more people from my former place of employment contacting me and actually telling me they're watching my videos and thanking me for the videos and saying that they appreciate me talking about it, and they've actually said that the job has gotten worse. And it really made me reflect on when I was at that toxic job and just the full range of things that I experienced. One of the things that I experienced, and I don't talk about that much on my YouTube channel, but want to take an opportunity to talk about it now, is that I was in the middle when I was going through all that stuff, the toxic job. I started questioning my spirituality in the sense where I was sitting there asking God, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? And I couldn't understand it. It didn't make any logical sense. And I think a lot of us, when we are in toxic jobs, we think, wait a minute, I'm a good employee. I am respectful to other people. I'm doing a really good job. Why is this happening to me? And so it's so confusing. You're trying to make sense of it, but it doesn't make any sense. So if this is you and you're trying to make logical sense out of something, it's not going to make any sense. It's not. And so when you are in that space of trying to figure it out, I invite you to say, you know what? Let me just take a moment and think about what is God trying to teach me in this situation? And that's what I had to do. I had to think, okay, I'm hurting, and I was questioning God, why would you put me in this situation? Why would this happen to me? I've done nothing to deserve this. Why is this happening to me? And I think the lesson there was it was happening to me because God knew that I was going to say something about it. God knew that eventually, well, I was a little hard headed at first, a little stubborn at first. It took me a while to kind of listen to the signs and pay attention. That might be you too. So I think God was just making it so intolerable for me because God knew that I didn't, there was something so much better than me. And God knew that that place was harming me, and God knew that that was not a place that I was going to grow at all. God knew that it was an environment that was so uh, filled with just dysfunctional systems and deeply, deeply insecure, miserable people. God was trying to protect me from that place. But at the time, I didn't see it. At the time, I was questioning why God would do this to me. I was questioning, was God trying to punish me for something? And I couldn't understand, what did I do wrong? Why is this happening to me? So as I'm coming through this process, and again, as I'm healing through this process, and as you may be healing through this process, you may come to understand that God is trying to protect you from something. He's trying to protect you from that environment. He's trying to get you out, okay? Or whatever higher power you believe in. So God is trying to get you out of that environment. That's how I came to understand that. And I also came to understand. So as I was sitting back and thinking and questioning to God, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why me? Why would this be happening to me? I'm a good person. I look out for other people. I'm invested in the work. I'm committed to the work. Why me? And I think another reason, and again, this was just downloaded to me in terms of why me, was God was saying, why not you? You are always the one to speak up about things. So it is going to be you because you not only do you not deserve to be here, you deserve to be somewhere else that I'm going to take you to, but you have to leave this place. This place is harming you. It will continue to harm you. You have to go, and I'm going to make it so difficult for you that you're going to have to go. Okay? So God, these situations happened. I got knocked down, and as I was getting up, and as you may be getting up, I invite you to think about, as you're thinking, God, why is this happening to me? Think about, what are the lessons here? For me, again, I know that God was protecting me from that environment. Also, God knew that I was not going to remain quiet and silent about the oppression that I was experiencing and the oppression that so many people at that job are experiencing, and the oppression that so many Black women are experiencing at jobs wherever they might be. And so God knew that I was not going to be quiet. That is not my spirit. When things happen, I speak up and I speak out about it. And so that has been what I'm doing right now. I'm speaking up and I'm speaking out for so many Black women who have been silenced about a toxic job. And I invite you, just as I, have gone through this process, you might go through the process of questioning God, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? I have done nothing to deserve this, okay? Think about it. Is God trying to protect you from something? And if God is trying to protect you from something, please take the steps you need to get out. Please protect yourself, okay? And just in terms of my own story, my own journey, I invite you to think about your own journey in your life and think about your spirit, your character, right? So as you were growing up, what was your spirit like? Were you someone who was very vocal? You were strong-willed, right? People might have said you were stubborn or hard-headed, but were you very determined? And I've always been very determined. Even as a little girl, things would happen. I would speak up. And my parents actually encouraged me to do so. Now, there might be times that I kind of, I had to tone it down a little bit. But, I was shown at a very young age that I had a voice and that I was smart. So I was able to pull upon that because when people start treating you crazy, when people start disrespecting you, when you sit back and think about what all that has been poured into you, you're able to reflect on, wait a minute, I don't deserve this, okay? So just some quick little stories. So, was when I was growing up, my parents were divorced. My parents had a very, I would just say, challenging marriage, okay? Probably never should have got married, but they did, okay? I'm their only child. And even though their marriage was a disaster, they were able to co parent together beautifully, okay? And my father really poured into me. And my father, and I want to give honor to my mother too, but I just want to talk about my father right now because he really encouraged me to speak up and speak out. And even at a young age, he would do things where he would, and I feel sorry for the women he was dating during these times because he let them know that his daughter has a voice. So even when I was a little girl, now that I don't understand why any women would be okay with this, but back in the day how they had the two-seater cars, right? Two seats. I mean two-door cars, right? And you would have to go in the back, right? You'd have to open the door and then go in the back. So when he would come to pick me up for visitation, sometimes he'd have one of the women that he was dating, and he would make the woman get in the back because he wanted me to know that I was respected and valued. Now that's messed up, okay? But the message that was sent to me was that I was special. And even when we would go out to eat, my mother told me the story about he told my mother the story, which again, they did not have a good marriage at all, but they co-parented beautifully, okay? So one time he took me out with one of his girlfriends, whatever, and they gave the menus. And so when they gave the menus, I wanted to order off the regular menu. I didn't want the kiddie menu. And so the woman, I don't know who it was, but she said, you need to order off the kiddie menu. And I said, no, I'm going to order what I want. Right. And my father back me up. He was like, don't tell my daughter what she can order, okay? So again, think about your early life experiences in ways that maybe you had a voice and you were supported in having a voice. And when people try to silence you in your voice, wherever that might be, that is a sign that that is not a place for you. Okay. So I wanted to just talk to you briefly about this. I don't talk that much about issues of spirituality or anything like that, but I wanted to talk about it because even like in the work that I do now, um, it fills me with joy. It really does. I recently did finish up a master class with Dr. Roche Brown. It was the Get Your Money Right financial master class for Black women. And that master class was just, it filled me up with so much joy because I knew that the work that we're doing is helping to liberate other Black women. So that filled me up with joy. And even though it filled me up with joy, there have been some moments in this process where I still would think about that process I went through, that process of God, why me? Why did I have to go through this? I'm the kind of person, I love structure. I love getting that paycheck the 5th of every month. Okay. And why did you put me in a situation where I could no longer be in that so-called structured environment? Well, because it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for me. And again, God knew there was a bigger mission for me, was to use my voice and to share my testimony so that I could help other Black women to get out. So even if you have those moments where you're questioning, God, why me? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Think about the lesson that's there. Think about, is God protecting you from something? And think about, there might be something in your character or God knows that you're not going to be silent about something. Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you very briefly. I know I'm talking softly. I just finished this master class with Dr. Roche Brown. I'm tired. Okay. My voice is kind of tired. But I did want to just say that to you that sometimes I still say, God, why me? But I swear, I get confirmation when I question that. I think God can feel me questioning that. And I get confirmation somebody out of the blue from my former job, out of the blue, will contact me and just say, thinking about you. I just want to let you know I appreciate your work. These are people that are not like my friends. Not like I had bad relationships with them, but people that I knew. But there's contacting me through social media. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you. And I just want to tell you that you are so blessed to get out because it's so much worse. Okay. The message there too is when you stay at a toxic job, it does not get better. It gets worse. Okay. So do what you need to do so that you can get out and you can save yourself. Okay. So that might be prayer, it might be therapy, it might be resources that I'm talking about, it may be watching my YouTube channel, just hearing my voice, just hearing my journey, hearing the journeys of so many Black women that I've talked about. That might be part of your process. That might be part of the process of getting ready to go. Okay. And remember that you do have options. And that's why I'm talking. And if somebody would have told me 2 years ago that I would be on YouTube sharing about being in a toxic job, my healing journey, I would have said, no, what? No, I don't even believe in social media. What? I remember people used to send me LinkedIn invitations. I would get so irritated. Why are these people sending me LinkedIn invitations? Right? I don't want, I remember even photo shoots, showing my face, telling my story. That was something I never wanted to do. But now I fully embrace it. In fact, I like it now. I enjoy doing it. So let us not be resistant to maybe things that God is pushing us towards and what is God saving us from? Let us embrace that, okay? Let's embrace that. And as I'm signing off, give this video a thumbs up. Show that you like this video because YouTube will suggest this video to other Black women because we're trying to liberate as many Black women as we can, right? We got our hands out. I got my hand out to you. I'm reaching out to you. And I want you to reach out to other Black women. I want you to save yourself. And I want you to help save other Black women. And you can do something as simple as offering her words of support. You can also share with her my videos. So you can share with her this video. You can check in with her about how she's doing. And my ask to you is that as you are liking this video, as you're subscribing to my YouTube channel and you're watching my videos and you're commenting on my videos, that you share this video with at least two other Black women, okay? Okay. And I know people have asked me about my hat in my other videos. This is like my happy hat. This is something I gifted myself. It's a custom hat through Fedora Designs, and I'll put them in the description section. People have asked me, where'd you get that hat? Okay, so Fedora Designs in Atlanta. I got a custom hat, my favorite color. Okay, so signing off, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.